Greetings, beautiful souls, and welcome to Anjali's podcast, a podcast designed to help burned out women find their purpose and create meaningful work they love so that they can feel alive, free, and fulfilled again. I'm your host, Anjali Sivaraman, and I am the author of the book, It Can Be Done, Learn to Create Meaningful Work You Love, as well as the author of Anjali's newsletter on Substack, and it is my absolute joy and pleasure to have you here with me today. Today's post is Your Gifts Are Gifts to Others. And welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome back. Welcome to our new subscriber. So, we are talking about a very important piece of finding your purpose and expressing it on the way to purpose. And when you figure out what you want to do with it, which, if you read or watched my last post, could be many, many things. One very important lesson to learn on this journey is that your gifts are gifts to others. This is a lesson I continue to learn on deeper and deeper levels because for whatever reason, I still need to remind myself of this, and I'm guessing I need to remind you too. When we look at other people, especially those who appear especially talented to us, like actors or comedians or musicians or anyone who has gone ahead of us in a field that we want to be in, it's really easy to think that they have something special that we don't have. But that simply isn't true. Every person is born with a seed of greatness that comes from the same source. The difference between someone who has already made it and you is multifactorial. First, were their gifts encouraged when they were young? Were they allowed and encouraged to pursue them? Were they allowed to be themselves at home? Some people were lucky enough to receive that type of support as young people. Some were not as lucky. These people also have dedicated countless hours to their crafts. I was just watching a documentary on Netflix about actor and Broadway star Martin Short. It's so interesting, but you can see even when he was young, he'd sing songs and play instruments and always be performing. And that carried through to adulthood when he decided to make a career out of acting. As he continued on, he got better and better and better, but he went through hard times. He lost both his parents by the time he was 20 years old, and a brother when he was 12 years old. He had hard times with acting too, years where he didn't receive much work. But he kept going, and eventually he started to make it on to bigger ventures like Saturday Night Live and big time movies with big time actors like Steve Martin and Chevy Chase. His gift is to act and sing to his highest abilities and make people laugh. When we follow our purpose, sometimes it feels too big to share, or equally, the opposite. Sometimes you can feel like your gift doesn't matter or it's not really needed. I know I have done this with my energy healing. I know this energy healing is meant for many people and dogs, and yet I haven't always offered it to people or talked about it that much because equally when I've offered it, I've received many no's. Some people are just not comfortable with the idea of energy medicine yet, though I believe energy medicine is the medicine of the future. Shame makes you want to hide your gifts, and there are a lot of reasons why people carry underlying shame. Usually it's trauma related, but I am learning to come out of my shell and offer it more. So here's the story. I've been dog sitting for this one dog, Billy. I'm changing names for privacy. I've watched him many times. He is a really good dog, but he has bad separation anxiety. And for those of you who don't know, separation anxiety is when a dog becomes stressed when away from its human or whichever human is watching him. Not the kind of separation and anxiety where he destroys your stuff when you leave the house, but the kind where he cannot be without you even inside the house. And if you decide to go to the bathroom without him or put him behind a gate, he'll start barking. It took me like 5 visits to finally offer energy healing to his mother. I actually didn't even think about it until this visit. And this weekend, his mom said yes, first try, yay! Billy's afraid of everything. He's really sensitive and he also has no sense of boundaries. He's a lap dog. But PSA, dogs need boundaries, and the anxious ones who have none of those, who use you to soothe them, who are never told no, and who are already reactive, they bark, whine, groan, and growl to every little thing, they're the ones who become aggressive. They're the ones with the cute, sweet, fluffy faces who get everything they want, the ones you'd never expect. So you have to be really careful. In this same stay, I asked Billy's mom if she wanted any training for him. She said she wanted him to stop jumping when she comes home. But here's the thing, his jumping is a sign of reactivity, which is also seen in his reactive barking, whining, and separation anxiety, etc. So it's not just one thing, so we worked on many things. We worked on having him be a few feet away from me and still feeling okay. We worked on having him eat his dinner while I walk away and he doesn't follow me. We worked on not having him sit in my lap constantly to soothe his own anxiety. We worked on closing doors and gates while he eats Greek yogurt so he can feel okay behind a door or a gate. We worked on his reactive barking because we always have construction in East Nashville. We also worked on rewarding him when he is calm with his chin down on the floor or couch. It was really hard work and it was really emotional for me, but we did the best we could with the 7 days we had together. When Billy's mom came to pick up Billy Monday night, she could already notice the difference. She said he was so much calmer than before. He got in the car and didn't fuss over sitting in the front seat. Not initially and not as intensely as he used to, which you should never have your dog sitting in the front seat, ever, because it's very dangerous. And I got an update from Billy's mom this morning. She said he is so much calmer and less hyper than he used to be. She and her husband are diligently acting calmer around him when they enter the house and rewarding him when his paws stay on the ground. He's doing great. She was very happy, so it was all worth it. Sometimes I've thought that sharing my gifts with others is selfish, even though rationally I know it's not, because there is always a part of me that felt like if I receive money for them, somehow that makes me selfish. Why aren't I offering more stuff for free? And really, these gifts aren't even my gifts. They are spirits. I'm just the vessel, FYI. But the sharing of the gift is the gift, and the gift improves others' lives, and it's something they can't do themselves. Just like a plumber can fix your toilet when you can't, so you pay them, some people don't have the time or the mental energy to learn or do what you do. That's why you're here, to offer your help and make other people's and animals' lives better. Your gifts are meant to be shared. If you want, you can share your gifts in exchange for money. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you want your soul to align with your work and the rest of your life, then you must. The money you receive is the gift you receive back from sharing your gift. Think of it as a gift exchange. Get it? And you deserve it. I was so grateful I was able to give Billy some healing. I'm also grateful he is already doing better. But yeah, your gifts are gifts to others. Your presence is a gift to others. Your existence makes the world better. You were born with these gifts because they matter. You might be a visionary where at first people can't see why they would need what you have to offer. That's part of the game. If you can grow through that, you become stronger, more whole, more complete, more resilient, more detached, and then you become this amazing salesperson without even trying. The more sales you make, the more money comes to you for your true gifts and for just being you, which is an amazing feeling because once again, what you're offering isn't ick. It's not exploitative, greedy, or abusive of Mama Earth and its inhabitants. It's the literal opposite. It's uplifting, it's healthy, it's loving, it's balancing, it's necessary, it's for the betterment of the planet, it's solving a lot of problems. Your Dharma is solving a lot of problems. That's why you are still here on this planet. So I hope I have drilled this in enough. Your gifts are gifts to others. What you have, someone else is looking for. Your gifts improve the lives of others. Don't be afraid to offer them up. And if you need more support, join my Meaningful Career Masterclass. I'll be going over this in a lot more detail. I'd love to hear from you. Do you feel comfortable sharing your spiritual gifts? Why or why not? Write in the comments. Lots of love from me. And thank you for listening to Anjali's podcast, a podcast designed to help burned out women find their purpose and create meaningful work they love so that they can feel alive, free, and fulfilled again. Thank you again. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.